Buckle up your pant legs, zip up your hats, plaid up your vestments, start at key, become unchained, fulfill your duty through Union Cross. It's time for Sounds by Light, a podcast about Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. I'm Sam.
I'm Drew.
We've got Master of Masters to contend with this week.
Boy, do we.
And he says some real shit.
Yeah, I hate this nerd. I decided.
There's some dialogue in this part that shouldn't be allowed.
There's dialogue in here that I think is actively frustrating, and we'll talk about it.
We sure will. What was happening? They were investigating Strelitzia's murder.
And Wreck-It Ralph was happening.
And Wreck-It Ralph, that's right. Ralph is not in this one. I don't think we'll be seeing him again.
Yeah, probably not. No.
Although he is actually a summon in Kingdom Hearts 3, so I guess that he has persisted through the ages.
Well, he's one of the fairy tales.
He's an immortal video game character.
Mm-hmm.
Wreck-It Ralph will never die. We begin this part with a flashback to 5 years ago, before all of the stuff that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And the Master of Masters calls Luxu into the control room and begins a story. And he begins the story, I was a young boy when... And Luxu immediately interrupts to go, huh?
I thought you were born fully formed, which, possible, I guess.
Yeah, but we know that he was a young boy because Sora was a young boy.
He's not Sora.
No, unless I'm wrong. The Master reveals that when he was a young boy, there was a Keyblade War. And Luxu says, what? Another Keyblade War? That's so many. Who fought who? And the Master says, it was light and darkness. And then the Master says some weird...
Yeah.
Because Luxu says... Wait, light? So there were wielders besides you? And the Master says, there were, but they don't really count.
Yeah, what does that mean?
What does that mean?
Like,
were you possessing people?
Yeah, or I was wondering if, like, they don't count just because they died and they don't matter in that way, or, like, I just, yeah, I wonder what that means exactly.
I do not recognize them.
Right, yeah, it's hard to know what he meant by that.
Maybe they were robots or
something. I'm not sure.
It was the Master of Masters and Wally.
Or is it just like, yeah, we had Keyblades, but people didn't really know how to use them.
They were only using them to open doors, the fucking idiots.
It's like if you gave Donald and Goofy a Keyblade. They wouldn't count.
What a horrible thought.
They still wouldn't be a Keyblade wielder. They'll never count.
Oh no. Wait. Now, I don't subscribe to Master of Masters Sora theory. However, if the Master of Masters is future Sora, and what if he was talking about Donald and Goofy?
Yeah, those guys don't count.
I guess there were, but they don't really count. They were Donald and Goofy, and I don't recognize them as Keyblade wielders even when they got them.
I gave them Keyblades, but it was as a joke.
Actually, I would love to know. I don't, I like to make fun of Master of Masters Sora theory just because I don't like it. I am really curious how this line would fit into that theory, that there were other Keyblade wielders, but they don't count.
I think my biggest problem with Sora being Master of Masters is that Sora would have to be an entirely different character.
Yes.
Like, it just...
I don't like it.
The idea that... I just don't think that Nomura would want to do a thing where the character with, like... The character who believes in, like, the purity of friendship and light and all this stuff, it became this, like, jaded, awful manipulator. It just doesn't seem like the story we're telling here, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we saw him brought low at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, but it was very Sora that he then pushed through that. I really don't like the version of that where he then does become a jaded asshole Anyway, that's not what we're talking about here. And yet, I will continue to bring it up because I don't like it.
I don't think it's wrong.
So Luxu asks if the darkness took the form of monsters like it does now. Presumably he's talking about Heartless. Maybe they hadn't been named yet. I don't remember. Surely the word Heartless has come up in Union Cross.
No, I don't think Darkling. I don't know if Heartless is...
I don't know if it has. I mean, technically, I think Ansem named them.
Ansem made the first one. No, he found one, right?
I think in the Ansem Report 0 that he actually wrote, I think that he did say, like, creatures without hearts. I'll call them heartless.
Because he, like, found one in the basement, like, scrabbling around, right?
Yeah, so I guess it would be temporally consistent if the Union Cross characters never call them heartless, but I've never actually noticed it before.
Well, we did see, although we did see the guy plugging in a Heartless box into. No, we've definitely seen Heartless. They plugged the Heartless box into the computer.
Oh no!
In the arcade machine.
Explain that, Nomura.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. I'd have to go back and look.
Maybe Turbo from Turbo Time from Wreck-It Ralph from Sugar Rush is time traveling Sora.
See, this is a theory I can get behind.
He says some more ominous stuff here. Ominous, mysterious stuff where Lushu's like, oh, was the darkness monsters like now? And the master says, that's kind of accurate, but they looked like us. And Lushu says, oh, so they were human. And the master says, well, I didn't say that.
Right.
I assume we're talking about capital D darkness type stuff, those weird kind of shadowy figures.
Yeah, something like that. Because he says darkness took that form, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When darkness took that form, that was when the Keyblade War started. And he reveals that the Keyblade War of his youth is still happening today. He says, we're not about to begin the Keyblade War. We're about to hopefully bring it to an end. Yeah. So it sounds like the master is good.
Probably. Yeah,
maybe.
What he's explaining seems okay.
Yeah, I guess we'll maybe once we learn more about his methods, we'll decide what we think of that. But he seems to truly be doing what he's doing to try to triumph over darkness, which, as far as we know, is a good thing to do.
Yeah.
He says that darkness is always changing its shape. It has found a way to hide inside of the hearts of humans, and that's why the war has never ended, and why it can never end.
Did he say in the hearts, or just hide among humans?
I think he said in humans, which I assumed meant the hearts.
Okay, because I wrote among, which I thought meant maybe the darkness can take the form of anybody. Follow what monsters that look like us, not human, could mean.
Okay, yeah, you're right. He said it can even hide among humans.
Yeah.
Because it constantly changes shape.
Right, and I think that, probably can, if it's darkness, it probably can be in the hearts of people, but I think that means that it can hide among means, I think, take shape, so that means like anybody we've ever run across in a story could potentially be darkness taking their form, I think.
Right, like Scar.
Like Scar, or
maybe he's talking about Vanitas.
Yeah.
Vanitas is allegedly just darkness shaped like a person.
Yeah, I have a crackpot corner this week that is similar to that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, let me know whenever it's time. I'm excited.
I think I can say it.
Okay, so he says that that's why the war has never ended, because darkness can hide among humans, but this coming battle is going to end the world, giving dandelions an opportunity to rebuild it with gathered light from the newly scattered worlds, because worlds, stories, and light are things that can never be erased from the hearts of children. Sure.
Thanks, Grandma Kyrie.
That's right. But he says darkness can also never be erased, but he's hoping that he can call a truce and take a nice long break. And then he explains what Ava is doing and what the dandelions will do, and I quote, "They'll start at Key, become unchained, and fulfill their duty through Union Cross."
So annoying.
I think I get what he means, but I don't like that he said it.
Because Key is like end, right? So they'll start at the end and move on to the new worlds that we have, and then the Union Crossing, I guess, is they're gonna have unions. I don't know.
Yeah, but unions that cooperate with each other.
Right.
And the Unchained, I'm imagining that it means like not being tethered to the world as they know it.
Or fate or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Could mean a lot of things. I think I know what he means. Then he says something that my brain caught on fire at this line. Because he says, those wielders will be the cornerstones of the new world. And then Lushu says, cornerstones?
Yeah.
And the emphasis, if he just said, those wielders will be the cornerstones of the new world, and then the conversation continued from there, I would think nothing of this. But the fact that Lushu repeats the word cornerstones makes me think that I'm supposed to be taking note of that word specifically. The only other time that cornerstones have come up is the cornerstone of light under Disney Castle, which drives off the darkness using a glowing orb of light.
Yeah, well, and it comes back to stuff Grandma Kyrie was saying, too, right? That it was like the light and like stories in the minds of children that kept things going.
Mm-hmm.
And we know like one of the things that was happening a bunch was these children that became the dandelions being sent to the future to like learn the stories of the future. And part of me wonders if that's so that they could become the cornerstones that generate those stories and make them real, you know?
Yeah, that's interesting. And also, someone cut Strelitzia's heart out and put it in a glass orb and put it in Disney Castle.
Yeah. Well,
and that someone was Yen Sid.
And again, this is similar to a thing in another Nomura game, Final Fantasy X, I think. So I do, which I know you don't know, but some of this stuff is I think similar to stuff going on in that. So
if we come back to, I mean, the thing about the Cornerstone of Light is that it was in Kingdom Hearts 2 and it never came up again and it was never explained what it was, which means one could argue that it is still sort of in play.
Yeah. Also, Final Fantasy X, like Final Fantasy Key.
What does it mean?
What does it mean?
Nomura loves that letter.
He sure does.
So Luxu says, once everything is over, can the dandelions come home to Daybreak Town? And the Master says, maybe not all of them. Because Strelitzia is going to be dead and her heart is going to be in Disney Castle.
A bunch of Damien's going to be for Sleeping Beauty, and anyone we're not seeing again is in one of those places, a cornerstone.
Ephemer's heart is going to be the cornerstone of light for the Badlands, and that's why that weird time travel thing happens at Kingdom Hearts 3.
I mean, maybe.
They buried his heart in the ground. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. Sometime later, Luxu is back in the control room, humming loudly. And he says, Master, is it possible to win against the darkness? Because you kind of made it sound like it's not, and that we're just giving up and running away. And the Master says, well, when you say it that way, it sounds bad. But no, that is basically what he's saying.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what we thought, right? It's like he basically is forcing the end of the world because he doesn't think they have a chance to actually beat darkness until they like create a new one and give people like a better shot next time.
Seems that way.
Yeah.
But he tells, this is where he gets extremely meta in a way that I really don't know how to feel about it.
I'm mad.
Is where he's like, oh, Luxu, you think too much, and then you get worked up about the answers that you don't know. But I promise, the answers will come in time. You're so desperate for answers that you convince yourself there isn't one. But there is. And Luxu says, so I should just wait and see what happens? And the Master says, as long as you keep moving forward, you'll end up somewhere.
This pisses me off so much. Because this is basically just them telling fans to like calm down and stop theory crafting and just like wait for them to tell the story, you know? And like that would be okay if they hadn't made us this way. Like you have built the story in this way to make people lose their minds and conjecture. Like you don't build this, you know, it's like the Lost thing. Like you create all these mysteries to keep people on the hook, and now you're telling people to calm down and not speculate about your stupid mysteries. Like,
I interpreted it less as stop theory crafting and more as I promise this is going somewhere.
I guess so, but I still think it's really annoying because it's just like you have strung people along for way longer than you should have, and like it's okay that people are frustrated you haven't answered more questions at this point.
Yeah, it is pretty obnoxious. I thought it was funny, but I do also think it's kind of annoying.
I was mostly annoyed, and I think also just because I'm annoyed about Master of Masters in general. But maybe just because of the theories you keep telling people have about him, and I'm just like that I think suck. Sorry to our fans.
He just represents annoying theories.
Yeah, I think that's it.
And then tells you not to have them.
Sorry to anybody that listens that likes those theories. I just think that they're bad.
It's fine. I have bad theories too.
Yeah,
I just can't talk about them yet.
No, my theories are good though. I have good bad theories, and your bad theories are bad.
I have like a dozen bad theories written down that I'm not allowed to talk about yet.
All right, cool.
So the Master says, though, it is actually possible to win against the darkness, but it takes so much careful planning that you could never hope to do it in one lifetime. Or even two. Starting to sound like Xehanort.
Yep.
If you're going to defeat the darkness, he says, you need to abandon all notions of time and worlds, and that's why he and Luxu need to...
He actually says what's notion of time and what separates our worlds, which is interesting.
Yes, that's right.
Which is interesting too. It's an interesting distinction, especially because the worlds at this point I thought weren't separated, but I guess they are.
Yes. Now, here's something I'll say, because we can't get too into this, but I think we do have a little hint of what he's talking about here already. Because the secret ending of Kingdom Hearts 3 shows Sora waking up in a world that Yozora is in, and the Master of Masters is there.
Oh, sure. Okay.
I think that's what he's talking about, is he's like, I have a way of defeating the darkness, but it's absolute lunacy. I'm going to go to Verum Rex.
A cool video game I've been making.
I'm going to go to a cooler video game.
A cooler video game that they wouldn't let me make.
Anyway, that's it for the flashbacks for now. We'll go back into flashback mode very soon.
Yeah.
The Union leaders all meet in the control room. Ephemer is returning from Wreck-It Ralph, and they all kind of get caught up on what's going on, the glitches, the data worlds, etc. So Brain starts braining, and he says, all right, enough is enough. I've seen enough. I'm calling it. We are in the datascape. And everyone else is like, that's bad. Which, yes, I agree.
Yeah, it is.
But they're specifically panicking about the question of, does our home in Daybreak Town even still exist? And Brain's like, I don't know, but someone put us here for a reason.
It seems like it, sure.
It seems like it was the Master of Masters, like everything.
Yeah, or someone working his plan through, sure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Ephemer's like, well, I don't think that it would be Ava, because she, like, trained us to survive. Why would she then, like, trick us and trap us like this? And Brain's like, well, we don't know enough to draw that conclusion yet. Anyway, I'm a virus. Goodbye.
There's a part of me that's getting really worried about him becoming a virus being maybe more literal than I want it to be.
Oh, you think that this is going to be like, oh my god, who, oh god, I'm trying to cast my mind back to Code Lyoko, if you ever watched that.
I did not, no.
Oh god. There was one of the girls on the show was like a computer program that they were friends with.
Oh, okay. No, I was like, is he going to become like the data corruption that we've seen and that is like,
oh god.
Is that like, is all data corruption in future games actually Brain?
I'm going to become a fucking bug block.
I'm going to be the bug blocks.
The brain blocks.
I don't think that's what he's saying, but then sometimes when I think these games are working in metaphor, they really aren't.
No. Also, before we get to Crackpot Corner about the idea of Brain only existing within the computer simulation, we then get a flashback to him in the room.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, right.
4 years ago, before the Keyblade War, Brain is... This is weird, because it's the hill that everyone goes to that overlooks Daybreak Town.
Yeah.
And Brain is, like, napping in the grass like a cool guy. And Ava comes over and says, I want you to be a union leader, Brain. And it has the kind of vibe of, like, you leave me alone. I'm trying to take a nap. I'm too cool for this. But we do find out in a little bit that she invited him to the hill.
Yeah, he showed up early and fell asleep.
Like a cool guy.
Yeah. He's so cool. Have you seen his hat?
I have seen his hat. I've actually seen 2 of his hat on screen at once.
I couldn't believe this.
I knew about it, but forgot about it. So it was, oh my god. Well, we'll get there. But yeah, she invites him to be a union leader after the Keyblade War, and he's like, "Oh, I'm not a leader. I'm an epic virus." But she says, "Well, it was actually my master who chose you for it." Like, oh, the Master of Masters. Well, now I'm intrigued.
Oh, a man told me that I could do it? Okay, I'm in.
So yeah, he is wearing a fedora. So he asks who the other union leaders are, and she says that you're not allowed to know until after the war. And Brain's like, it kind of feels like you're trying to use us as pawns. And she's like, it does feel like that, huh?
Yeah. Maybe.
Great. Interesting point.
Huh.
Anyway, so she kind of sits down next to him and is like, what would you do if you knew that the fate of the world was decided? That would suck. And she's like, well, what if instead of the fate of the world being decided, what if you could change it? And he says, well, how would that work? And I think she pulls out the Book of Prophecies at this point.
Yep.
And he's like, well, if you changed the future, wouldn't the book change what, or wouldn't it in the first place say what you changed it to? Or like, does it get overwritten? Or, and she's like, well, I don't know, but I've been having similar thoughts. And then she gives him a copy of the book and says, the master wanted you to have this, but don't let anyone else read it.
Yeah. Yes. I was thinking about this and I'm like, well, I don't know. My feeling about fate has always been like, well, the whole point of fate is that things really only can happen one way because they only do happen one way. So I feel like they probably can't actually ever change anything in the book, really, But, like, maybe they can change its meaning, which is kind of, I think, what happened in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, although Kingdom Hearts 3, I think we did see Sora change the fate of the world because the light expired and then it didn't anymore.
Right, but he still had to, like, let it expire in the first place.
Yeah.
So it did happen.
I think this is getting into world lines, and I'm sure we'll get into that in a future game.
Right, yeah.
Unfortunately. She puts the list that the master gave her of who the union leaders will be and who gets the book. She puts it in his book as a little bookmark and says, this is where your fates will be written. Accepts the book, and he accepts his new role. If we take this scene at face value, then we can cross Brain off the suspect list. Because if he was already chosen, then killing Strelitzia would mean that they'd be missing somebody.
I think I do take him off the suspect list, personally. Like, I don't know. I think
because he seems really cool.
I just don't think it's heavy raining me.
No. So, in that case, it seems like we're down to Ephemer, Skuld, or Ventus, all of whom seem pretty unlikely.
Well, I always thought it was Ventus, if it wasn't Brain. Until Brain started saying he was going to be a virus, but now I'm back to thinking it's Ventus.
So, back out of the flashback, Lauriam asks Brain if he has any ideas, which is pretty funny considering, for us it's a week after that, but literally Lauriam was like, okay, cool, get to work. And then Brain has a flashback, and then Lauriam's like, any ideas yet, though?
Well, he's Brain. He knows he works quick.
He's called Brain for a reason. Lauriam changes the subject and says his investigation into his sister's disappearance has made him sure that she didn't believe, or she wasn't sure if the Keyblade War was going to happen, but then she became very desperate to recruit Dennis, which makes Lauriam think that something happened that made her very certain that the Keyblade War was coming.
Yeah.
Brain has another flashback where he tells Ava that he's not going to open the Book of Prophecies unless he really has to, and she says, well, you'll know when it's time. That's the whole flashback. Brain says that he's had an idea. He says, I've had a me blast. Please leave, Lauriam.
Yeah.
And he does.
Yes.
When Brain starts thinking, neurons are a-flying. You got to get out of the room.
Yeah, that's when the hat comes off, and you don't want to see what's going on under there.
It's like Double D from Ed, Edd and Eddy.
Yeah.
You will die if you see it.
Yeah. He's actually just got a bald spot. That's all it is.
Hey, remember Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty?
Yeah, my notes say, oh shit, Maleficent.
Maleficent, who last we saw was in the data version of the Enchanted Dominion, talking to capital D Darkness, uses a corridor of lowercase d darkness to travel to Daybreak Town, and she immediately starts going Maleficent mode and says, such a perfectly foul place that reeks of light.
She's good. She's the best villain this series has.
God, I love Maleficent.
Yeah.
I mean, Maleficent and Pete, who would have thought?
Yeah. Well,
a match made in hell.
First choice, best
How
choice.
Perfectly wretched.
I just love a villain that likes being a villain, Like Xehanort had all this stuff that he's like doing shit for the greater good, and Maleficent's just doing it because she likes to be evil.
Right, like when she wanted to murder Santa.
Yeah, because it would be evil.
That ridiculous Christmas town.
So good.
So, capital D Darkness appears behind her and says that this place will be the key to returning to her own time. But enough about that, because Brain summons his Chirithy.
Oh my god, this Chirithy!
So if you haven't seen what Chirithys look like, what you need to know is that they're like little gray kitty cats, and they all have a little blue cape and a little red coin purse hanging around their necks, except for Brain.
He's such a special boy.
Because he has apparently bought some custom Chirithy accessories.
And he also has the only Chirithy with an attitude.
Yeah. His Chirithy is wearing all black, black cape, black coin purse, still with a little star on it like the others, and is wearing a matching feathered fedora.
What a cool Chirithy. What a shitty little Chirithy.
I need to shout out whoever on the fan dub made the decision to have Brain's Chirithy be voiced by the same person as Brain, but doing a stupid voice.
Long time no see.
Yeah, but you're always nearby, right?
I guess.
It's a good choice. And it's correct based on the subtitles we get, I think.
The subtitles?
I just mean the word bubbles we get. Like, the way this Chirithy talks, he's just a shitty little guy.
Yeah, and he's like, he literally talks like,
Well, gee, you could at least try to butter me up first.
which I mean, that is how the Chirithys all talk. Just this one is like, I would say 40% Bentley.
Yeah, that's correct.
Brain! No!
Well, yeah, because this is the brainiest Chirithy.
Oh my god. Yeah, we also learned that Brain almost never summons his Chirithy. So his Chirithy is very like, what do you want?
What do you want?
Right, and no Chirithy's ever done that. Every other Chirithy's been very helpful.
It does make me want to flash back to the back cover scene where they're all like, whose Chirithy is it? It could be literally anyone's, except Brain's.
Except for Brain's. We all know Brain's crappy Chirithy.
Imagining a version of that scene where they're like, this could be literally anyone's, and we zoom in on the dark Chirithy wearing a fedora.
I mean, it is like, so Brain's the only person that thought to customize his Chirithy? Like, that's...
I guess so.
I guess so. And that's why they call him Brain.
Yeah, I mean, when you know that... I mean, honestly, I think it speaks to a sense of selfishness and arrogance that every other Keyblade wielder has, because we know that the Keyblade wielders of Daybreak Town love to customize their own appearances. They put on Moogle heads and pumpkin heads. They make their Keyblades sparkle and glow, and they have all these different outfits that they love to try on, but none of them spare a fucking thought for their Chirithys.
I guess Brain might be the real hero.
He's no virus. He is a... Wait, hold on. No, I thought that there was something with him being like a black hat hacker.
Yeah.
But no, he would be a white hat hacker.
Yeah, that's going to be his heroic turn in the.
Oh my god! If at the end of Union Cross he takes off his black fedora and puts on a white fedora.
That's right, because he's not a virus. He's the white blood cell in the system, keeping it alive.
I'm nice now.
Yeah, I'm good now.
Call me Good Brain. Don't call me that.
My Chirithy's got
I changed my mind.
My Chirithy's got a good attitude now. Look at him.
I'm helpful too.
Do ask me what you want.
Don't even bother buttering me up. I don't need that. No butter necessary. I'm just happy to help.
Oh.
What a game. Maleficent walks into Daybreak Town and says that, hey, this place is totally empty, which I don't know if we're supposed to think that that means anything, considering that, like, I guess it's just her noticing that the population of this town is way smaller than the size of the town.
Does this not mean that she's in a different Daybreak Town than they are?
I don't think that she is. Because I think... I was wondering why that line was in here.
Because I started thinking that, oh, is she actually in the real Daybreak Town? Or there was like a couple of things. I'm like, do they think they're in the Data Daybreak Town, but they're in the real one? Or is she in the Data one? And yeah, I was just like, oh, are they all mistaken about which Daybreak Town they're in? I have no idea.
I don't remember what's going on here. I guess it is possible that the small core cast of Union Cross have been transported into Data Daybreak Town, and the rest of the Dandelions aren't here, and that's why the town seems so empty. In my mind, though, all that she's saying is like, wow, this is a really big town and nobody is here, parentheses, because most of the people who live here are dead, and it's a very small population now.
It could just be that. Okay.
And she's just not crossing paths with anyone because that would be inconvenient for the story. It is weird, though. It does feel like we had that whole thing when we started Union Cross with Dennis hanging out with all of his new friends.
Yeah.
And it really does feel like now the population of this town is 6 people.
Yeah.
Oh, 7, El Reina. I forgot about El Reina.
Because we know there's like enough. We know that like MILF Lover 69 is here, and like all those other people that are going to show up in Kingdom Hearts 3 must be here, but It might only be like 60 people or something.
Well, I think MILF Lover 69 died in the Keyblade War. I don't think MILF Lover 69 was a Dandelion. Although I guess they were because they were a player.
That's what I mean, yeah. So if he got summoned, you were a MILF Lover 69 was here.
If you got summoned, you were a MILF Lover.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's the main demographic of Kingdom Hearts.
A lot of people thought that it was about how much Lux you gathered on your account, but no. They actually sent out a little survey.
It's wild because there really aren't like any MILFs in Kingdom Hearts that I'm aware of.
No, I mean, Sora's mom is off screen, so we'll never know.
I don't think Maleficent's a mom. So yeah, I don't know.
I think that's all the moms of Kingdom Hearts. Is Sora's mom and Kyrie's grandma.
There's a fake mom in Tangled.
Uh-huh.
Most of the moms are dead in Disney, so yeah, not a lot of moms around. Yeah.
It would be disrespectful at that point for any characters to be moms. Oh, Nala. Nala from Lion King.
There we go. That's a very...
and Andy's mom from Toy Story. She's also off
also disappeared at that point.
That's right. Yeah, we saw the door opening in the end credits montage, but we don't know that his mom is still alive.
It was just a gust of wind.
Anyway, so Capital D Darkness tells Maleficent, for anyone who doesn't remember what Capital D Darkness is, it is a living being of pure darkness. We don't really know what it is, but that is seemingly what it is.
It's kind of like the vague outline of an anime man coming out of a blot of darkness.
Yeah. And Darkness tells her to go to the clock tower. It contains a lifeboat which can take you to the real world's version of the clock tower. So yeah, they are in the data world.
Mm-hmm.
And it mentions that the lifeboat is unfinished, and Maleficent is very affronted at that, but then Darkness is like, shut up, the fact that it's unfinished is why you can use it.
Duh.
God, just let me talk. Jesus Christ. So, yeah, we learn... I guess we don't get too into what the lifeboat is intended for. We just get an idea of what it can be used for because it isn't working normally.
Well, it was supposed... I think this was... I think that they basically said that this was another way to maybe get the dandelion somewhere safe, but they weren't able to finish it.
Yeah, something like that. But the reason that it's useful to her... Darkness explains, is because her goal is to escape this time, not this world. If she escapes the world, she can go wherever she wants. She needs to escape the time. And because it's incomplete, and when we say lifeboat, they're basically pods, and we'll see them in a bit, but he explains, or it explains, whatever this thing is, explains that the incomplete lifeboat is not able to sustain the passenger's body at the speed it moves. So anyone who uses it, it will destroy your body and you will become just a heart, which in her case is exactly what she wants.
Right.
And he does specifically say that without your body holding you back, you will reach the speed of light and break the time barrier.
So now physics are coming into play, which is...
Yeah, don't bring physics into this.
You're in a data world anyway, right? Like,
we already know that she was able to travel through time by separating her heart from her body. It doesn't also need to be because you go the speed of light.
I know, I was like, does Xehanort also accelerate his heart to the speed of light every time he travels through time?
I don't think so, but maybe.
Maybe.
Old man running so fast that he disappears through time?
Yeah.
So Maleficent says, like, well, what good will that be if I get back to my time but with no body? And Darkness says, well, all that you need is a medium to reform your body into, as well as someone present where you arrive with memories of you. Hey, remember how Maleficent reappeared in Kingdom Hearts 2?
I do.
The raven flew her cape into Yen Sid's tower where the three fairies saw her and they remembered her, and them remembering her made her appear out of the cape.
Yeah, which I guess, does that mean that this Maleficent, what point in her timeline is she here?
Maleficent's timeline is that she did Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, where she met Xehanort and he told her about time travel and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She did Kingdom Hearts 1, which for her ended with Ansem Riku stabbing her in the heart with the Keyblade of Heart.
And that let her travel back to this time. Okay.
Her heart then traveled back in time, met Darkness, and then for her, Kingdom Hearts 2 happens presumably like an hour from now.
Was her heart able to travel back to here? Because I thought you had to travel to someplace in your own timeline with your heart.
She essentially landed her heart in the data version of herself.
Which was here. Why?
Because they had data constructions of all the stuff from
Oh,
because
because they had gone to the future and grabbed... Yeah, right. Okay. Yes.
Right, so she flew her heart back in time, thought that she saw, like, aha, here is my like, 10 years ago when Sleeping Beauty happened. I will just possess my body from that time and then defeat that stupid prince. She lands in the body, and then darkness pops up and says, oops, you're like 1,000 million years in the past. And she goes, no!
But in a simulation of her actual time. Got it. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's normal. It's really confusing.
Yeah, why did I forget this? Why couldn't I remember this? Yeah, okay.
I will say it's legitimately one of my favorite plot points in all of Kingdom Hearts because it's so goddamn stupid.
It is, although it is the stuff where this is I'm starting to think that, they say that the reason why they made these like data worlds of the future was to gather light from there. But part of me is like, did they actually just do that to create a connection through time from the future to this time to like
maybe
give the Master of Masters like a way to transcend time to and worlds?
Could be.
That's kind of my feeling that that's actually what this was about, not about gathering light.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I actually don't remember. Although the Gathering Light was very instrumental to his plan to have them all fight each other.
Yeah, I guess that's like a side benefit.
So maybe it was both things.
It's like a side benefit, but I don't know. It feels like they could have gathered light from anywhere, but I guess I don't know. So
yeah, I mean, they needed to put Disney World in the game.
There's always that too. I said
they had a contract.
Yeah, but you didn't have to make it this weird.
Well, that's a dangerous game to start playing with Kingdom Hearts.
True. Yeah.
So, yes, this is also worth thinking about because obviously, I'm sorry, Nomura-san. I respect some things about your creative process. I swear to God, there is absolutely no way in hell that when Maleficent manifests in Kingdom Hearts 2, he was at the time thinking, okay, so this is when she returns from the Age of Fairy Tales using the lifeboat that Darkness gave her.
Yeah, no fucking way.
There's no way that happened. He was like, we'll bring Maleficent back. I don't know. They remember her, so it brings her back. Something hearts.
I think he might have had the idea that like a memory of you can bring you back if your heart's out there or whatever.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because, that's like a very important thing with Roxas. We're talking about how Maleficent was able to return because she had a medium and memories. But that is what happened to Roxas in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
However, I think there are some nutso implications, certainly unintentional, almost certainly unintentional, I'll say, about the fact that Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather immediately knew what was going on. Because they were like, oh no, we mustn't remember her.
Yeah, I guess they're magical peoples. And
this is something that I have felt throughout these games, is that Merlin, Yensid, the fairies, the fairy godmother included, the magic beings of Disney movies do seem to have some kind of understanding of what's going on.
Yeah, that's true. Because they're older, too, it would appear, in a lot of cases.
Yeah, I mean, even Genie, knew what the keyhole was.
True, yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think that we will ever get any explanation for why the fairies and wizards of Disney movies seem to know about this shit, but I don't know. Maybe we will. Maybe it's because Yensid is a Keyblade master and they're all friends with him. I don't know. But yeah, so Darkness tells Maleficent that if you have a medium and someone with memories of you, you will be able to grow a new body for your heart to inhabit, which, that's a new one. We've heard about bodies growing hearts, but apparently hearts can grow bodies.
Yeah, that was surprising to me.
It seems to be harder to do, though.
Right, you maybe have to be a very powerful enchantress, like Maleficent.
It is interesting, though, in terms of, I think this gets at something that I do find interesting about Kingdom Hearts, which is the idea that, we've kind of joked about like, what is death anymore in these games. Like, it seems like nobody can actually die. But it does feel like it all kind of starts to paint a picture of, like, the heart and the body being separated is unnatural. It's not supposed to happen, and they don't cope well when that happens.
Right. Yeah, right. Well, and some of it I think it's just thought experiment stuff, too, right? Like, if you had a body with memories that didn't have a heart, well, eventually it would start to have a heart. I have a little harder time getting to, I guess a heart would just make a body for itself, but...
Yeah, but they are saying it has to make the body out of some stuff.
Right.
So that's something.
Right.
I do have a hard time accepting, but I mean, I guess I have to accept it because I saw Maleficent's body grow out of her cape.
Yeah, because they remembered her.
Yeah. So she says, you know, you're asking me to basically get in this thing and destroy my body. Like, I need proof that it will work. And the darkness says, well... I've got the Book of Prophecies here, and it says that you will exist in the future. So there you go.
Mm-hmm. Well, and he says that he doesn't know everything in the Book of Prophecies, but he knows a lot of it, right?
Oh, that's right. He doesn't have the Book of Prophecies. Just says, I know that you're in the Book of Prophecies.
Right.
Which, if I'm Maleficent, that wouldn't really convince me. Like, yeah, I know that I exist in the... Yeah, I was there.
True. I was there for some of it, at least.
I need to know that I'll exist there in my future.
Part of me was wondering if that's like a translation thing. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe it was more clear in Japanese that he meant you will also exist maybe further out. But yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Is this chronologically the first time she's heard of the Book of Prophecies?
I thought he might have mentioned it to her like right away when he met her, but I don't know.
Okay. Well, yeah, because I think that was a question that we had at one point is like, how does she know about the Book of Prophecies? Because she didn't know about it in Kingdom Hearts 1. And then suddenly she shows up encoded and she's talking about it. But I think that what we're learning is that between Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, she learned about it.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Because she was in the past.
Yeah, in the past. And yep.
Ephemer meets Brain on the meeting hill. And they talk about Ava for a little bit. You know, she was nice. She was not like the other masters, especially not Aced. And, it's funny. She called us both here to ask us to be union leaders. And I took a nap and you did. Brain tells Ephemer, I really like the way that he tells Ephemer this because he kind of drags it out to make it a twist for no reason where he's like, Ava told me that one of the union leaders received a copy of the Book of Prophecies to ensure that without the Master's guidance, they would still be able to recreate the worlds. Also, it was me. And Ephemer's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, Ephemer's like, really? Someone got the book? And he's like, yeah, me. And he's like, really? It was you? So Brain got exactly what he wanted out of that moment.
Yeah.
The double surprise. And he pulls out the note from Ava, and Ephemer reads it and says, what the?
Yeah. What could it be?
What could it be? Brain reveals that his name was not the one that was circled. The Master did not pick him to receive the book.
So Ava chose.
Yeah, and they kind of speculate about why she would do that. Brain says, like, I think that she was trying in her own way to prove that the future could be changed.
Right, and it's clear that Ava wasn't really trusting the Master anymore and was probably trying to, like, shake stuff up a little bit.
Yeah. And also, Brain points out that Laurium's sister Strelitzia was on the list, but he's like, I don't think that it was Ava's plan. She changed who got the book. I don't think that she intentionally changed Strelitzia joining us. Yep. So we need to go talk to the person who is not supposed to be.
Yep.
We cut to Ventus and Skuld. I don't know what the significance of this is, but it starts snowing.
Yeah, this seems like it must be important, but maybe, I don't know. Yeah, maybe it will be later.
Yeah, I don't know. They kind of... It is like a nice moment where they like think about the real world that they're not able to see, and they're like, oh, I wonder what it's like out there right now. I wonder if it's snowing out there. And then Ventus says, how about we make a snowman?
Yeah. And then they laugh.
If I was in charge, I wouldn't have put that in there.
And they laughed because Skuld also knows the movie Frozen.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I know we're all just having fun here, but the implications of Ventus singing "Do you want to make a snowman?"
Well, they've probably gone to Frozen and watched them sing.
No, they haven't been to Frozen. Frozen's not in this.
But do we know that Frozen isn't one of the worlds they were going to and collecting light? We might not have seen all of them.
I guess it's possible that we don't see all the Disney worlds they go to, but we do see the control room, which has like camera feeds of Disney worlds. So I'm assuming that we know which ones they go to.
I kind of feel like maybe we just only get the ones they had rights to in this game, but they also went to the other ones.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ventus was just referencing his friend Anna's song, and Skuld was saying, haha, I know Anna as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is happening.
Yeah, they kind of have a nice moment enjoying the snow together, but then Brains Chirithy pops up and says,
I'm gonna need you two to come to the hill overlooking the town, please.
Yep. I like what Chirithy does when we get back to Brain, which is doing a sick flip into Brain's lap.
It's very funny that Chirithy sits on Brain's lap.
Yeah.
Also, Brain is like, you brought them both? And Chirithy's like, yeah, what was I supposed to do? Bye.
What a shitty little Chirithy.
What a fun new version of Chirithy. This is the dark Chirithy. The edgy Chirithy.
I wish we got to see, it is like, maybe there were more fun Chirithys out there and we just haven't gotten to see them.
Yeah, because, I mean, the comedy of High Chirithy is that they are all completely interchangeable, both in terms of appearance and personality.
Right, and it made a big plot point work in those early ones, but not for Brain.
Yeah, I guess Alrena's Chirithy is a little bit sassy, and it's like, oh, look at you caring about someone for once.
True. Maybe they gather personalities over time.
That is probably it. They probably sort of pick up on the vibe of their kid.
Yeah, and Dennis's vibe is neutral.
So Brain asks Ventus and Skuld, where were you when you were chosen to be Union leaders? And Skuld says, I was right here on this hill. And Ventus says, I was near the clock tower.
Uh-oh.
And Brain, yeah, huh. And Brain pulls out the Book of Prophecies and tells them about Ava's note and says, I don't think that she knew that Strelitzia was going to be replaced, because if she did, then she probably wouldn't give me an incriminating note.
Yep.
And Skuld says, well, is it possible that Ava chose a replacement after Strelitzia went missing? And Brain says that doesn't line up, because Strelitzia was seen trying to recruit Dennis to the Dandelions right up to the last moment. So, also, Ava trusted me enough to give me the book, so why would she not tell me if she was replacing Strelitzia? And they confirm that Laurium is on the list. The list is Brain, Laurium, Skuld, Ephemer, Strelitzia. No Ventus.
No Ventus.
And Brain says, I wanted to ask you these questions to determine whether the replacement knew that they were the replacement. And we don't think that they do. Sorry, Ventus. And Ventus, what the?
I knew it. For the wrong reasons, but I knew it.
Yeah. So we do still have the mystery of who killed Strelitzia and why, but...
Well, I think I don't know about who killed Strelitzia, but I do think capital D Darkness impersonated Ava to get him here, to get Ventus here.
It does seem that way, because Ventus is completely certain that Ava chose him and gave him the Union Leader rulebook at the clock tower.
And the Master of Masters says that Darkness can hide among humans, so there we go.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, back with Maleficent, she enters the clock tower, and this is a really dumb exchange that is totally inconsequential, but I do have to make fun of it, because she is like, this place's defenses are lacking, and Darkness says, well, it's off limits, so nobody comes here, so they don't need to defend it.
Yeah, these are children and they follow the rules.
That's how that works. It's like how museums don't have security.
Yeah. They say no touching, so no one ever touches.
And Maleficent says, who are you that you know so much about this place? And Darkness says, I'm an old friend. Pete!
It's like, does that...
You're gonna have to get into one of these here lifeboats.
Yeah, I wonder what they mean by I'm an old friend.
I don't know.
I've got some idea.
My interpretation of that is, if this Darkness is indeed one of the sort of ethereal, just like darkness as a whole made manifest,
right?
Then I think that I'm an old friend basically implies like, I'm part of you. I'm why you're like this.
Right, because she did get all full of darkness in Kingdom Hearts 1.
Yeah, and in Sleeping Beauty.
Right.
That wasn't a plot point in the movie, but it was true.
Sure, true.
I'm why you wanted to kill that little girl for her parents not inviting you to her christening.
It kind of was in you already, but I maybe I made it worse.
So the darkness, or she asks, why do you care about me getting back to my own time? And the darkness says, well, remember what I said about needing someone who remembers you in the future? You're gonna be a waypoint.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, makes sense, because she'll remember darkness.
Yeah, it sounds like the darkness is saying that you're my ticket out of here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good luck. Good luck, Kingdom Hearts 4.
For real.
I don't think that we've seen anything to indicate that the darkness has traveled into the future yet, but I don't know. Maybe this is Clayton.
I've got a crackpot corner about it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, we're almost done. So yeah, the darkness says, yeah, nobody in this world will have anyone in the future to remember them if they try to escape with the lifeboats, unless you go back to your own time and then you remember the people here. But that's not important right now.
Mm-hmm.
Here, come to the lifeboat room. And we go to the lifeboat room, which is curiously similar to something that we saw in Kingdom Hearts 1.
Yeah, it looks like the chambers that Maleficent stuck the Princesses of Heart in.
That is actually not what this
Oh, is that
looks
what it looks like? That's what I thought it looked like.
No, it was a really strange thing in Kingdom Hearts 1 because it's in Hollow Bastion, but we don't see it in Hollow Bastion.
Oh.
It's when Sora he's at the end of the world, at the end of the game, and he's in the world terminus, and he's like jumping from world to world.
Oh.
And when he goes to Hollow Bastion through the world terminus, he sees this lab that he never saw in Hollow Bastion.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And it looks almost exactly the same as this one. There's a series of pods. They're all like arranged in a circle around a machine in the center of the room. They each have a glass window shaped like the Heartless emblem.
And he has Ventus in his heart, and Ventus has seen it. That's my guess.
Who has Ventus in his heart?
Sora does.
Oh, you think that Sora saw that room in Kingdom Hearts 1 because Ventus is in his heart?
Yeah.
I still don't know what the world terminus actually was.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. But yeah, there is logic to that for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's even got something very Hollow Bastion, which is a huge sphere of floating water is above the machine.
Yeah.
And there are 7 pods here, and I posted a picture of the room. I think the Kingdom Hearts one has 5 pods. See,
because they blasted one out for Maleficent.
5 pods. It appears to be a different machine in Kingdom Hearts. So like rebuilt in Hollow Bastion, seemingly.
I thought maybe it was missing one because they blasted her out, or maybe they blasted Ventus out or something, and that's how he got to the future.
Then it would be missing 2 because there's 7.
Well, she got blasted out of a data one, and Ventus will get blasted out of a real one.
I mean, I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
So who knows? But yeah. So there's one pod that's open, and Darkness says, "This is your chance. Get in the pod and go back to your time." And Maleficent says, "Not yet." And Lorium walks in and says, "What are you doing here?" and pulls out his Keyblade.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Lorium is gonna fight Maleficent.
That's cool.
That's cool. What a game.
Yeah, I've got some crackpot corners now because of
I would
this
love
stuff.
to hear.
So we learned that you need someone to remember. You need a medium, right, to be able to travel and reconstitute yourself in the future.
Uh-huh.
So Maleficent is the person that's going to remember Darkness, capital D Darkness, because they've met.
Uh-huh.
I think that Vanitas is the medium that Darkness needs to reconstitute themselves, and that's why he inserted Ventus into the Dandelions and wanted someone to, and apparently at some point is going to get him to the future, because we do see Ventus in the future.
Yeah.
Because he has seen the Book of Prophecies, knows he's going to be there, and he knows that Vanitas is going to exist, who called himself Darkness, and so Vanitas is going to be the perfect host for him to, like, come in and reform himself in the future. At some point, I guess, when Maleficent meets Vanitas in the future, I guess, and he goes, "You remind me of another person I saw."
That's interesting, and I do have some theories that involve capital D Darkness and Vanitas. But the idea of Vanitas as the medium for Darkness to like reconstitute into is something that I hadn't considered. I'm gonna have to revisit some of my consider that.
Yeah, well, and I think that, my other crackpot corner is about who Capital D Darkness is. And Capital D Darkness seems to have access to a lot of the same information as Master of Masters. I don't necessarily think they're the same person, although it definitely could be. I do sort of wonder if Capital D Darkness is Master of Masters' own Vanitas situation.
Ooh, interesting.
And, which would... And, yeah, we kind of know that it could be kind of why... Because we kind of know that Vanitas can't die, right? As long as Ventus is around, and possibly vice versa. And so
I don't know if that's the case.
Right? Yeah,
I think they are fully separated.
Maybe, yeah. But I do sort of wonder because, like, he knows Captain Darkness knows so much of the same stuff Master of Masters knows. It makes me wonder if they're like two sides of the same coin or something. Unless Capital D Darkness just is Master of Masters, kind of in his own stinky bag form, like Xehanort.
Just took off his coat.
Yeah, well, yeah. It was like, is he like in stinky bag form, like Xehanort right now? Getting ready to blast himself to the future. I don't really know, Could be a lot of stuff.
Yeah, there definitely are some things that are pointing toward a connection between Capital D Darkness and the Master. It's a little bit too hazy for me to say what I think is going on just yet, but yeah, I do think there's something there.
We don't have a lot, And I guess third mini crackpot corner is if you're gonna choose Master of Masters to be somebody, Ventus makes more sense than Sora to me.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Because Ventus has the idea of, oh shit, okay, now I'm not saying this is my theory yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I do actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think that there's maybe more to the idea of, rather than Sora is the Master of Masters, Ventus is the Master of Masters and Darkness is Vanitas.
Right, he says, I'm Darkness, and that could be the moment Vanitas / Capital D Darkness got its identity,
I'm not committing to that crackpot corner just yet, because there's probably a lot of stuff that means that the Master of Masters wouldn't be Ventus. But also, I don't want it to be the case. But I think there's something there.
It makes more sense to me than
It does make more sense, I'll say.
Yeah, and again, like Ventus doesn't really have the character for it, but also my main reason for it not being Sora is just like the way stories work. I don't think it makes sense for it to be Sora. But the way stories work, it could make sense for it to be Ventus, because I don't think it's plot critical for Ventus to be the same always. The same way I think it's plot critical for Sora to be the same always.
No, especially since Ventus, a very sort of fundamental thing about his character is that he has, as we know him, had his identity like stripped from him.
Yeah, right. And he was probably a different person when he still had some darkness in his heart.
Yeah. So, I don't know. There's something there.
Yep.
Speaking of Ventus, we've finally, I think, started to get some clues, perhaps, as to what the hell are Ventus, Elrena, and Lauriam doing in Kingdom Hearts in the future.
Right.
Because now we've learned that there's these pods that can blast you to the future, but you need someone there who remembers you, which presumably none of them had.
Although Lauriam just met Maleficent, so there's one more.
Ooh, that's true. Interesting, and worth thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, obviously we still don't know their actual fate, but we have finally got a potential through line as to how the hell they ended up. Because I think a lot of people see Ventus in Union Cross and think, oh my god, how did he get here? And now this is like confirming, maybe. It's not a question of how did he get here, it's how did he get from here.
Right. Yeah. What's gonna connect these dots? I have no idea.
Yeah, but we've got an idea now with these here lifeboats that travel through time.
Yep.
I love this stupid game. It's so fucking off the wall and ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm having fun with this part. Like I said, I didn't like Master of Masters talking down to me, but other than that, this part was pretty cool.
When I originally sat down to watch Unchained Key, I was like, this was before I went back and replayed Kingdom Hearts 3. I was like, yeah, whatever. I'll sit down and watch it, see what it's like. It's probably pretty stupid, and it was. But I just found myself getting more and more sucked into its just complete absurdity.
Yeah.
And I think it really starts to get even more nuts in Union Cross.
Well, and it's when you think about it, too. Because I think one thing that happens is, because it's these, like, weird little chibi animations, it loses some of its impact, and you start thinking about it and talking about the things you're talking about. And this is really actually, like, some of the darkest stuff in Kingdom Hearts, you know?
Oh, yeah. I mean, almost all of the children from part 1 are dead.
A bunch of children killed each other.
Yes.
And now, and like, yeah, they were made into a child army, and all part of like some weirdo's machinations to try to like stop some war we didn't even see going on.
I mean, my experience with the story, as is, I would assume, almost every single Kingdom Hearts fans, was not consuming every game in order,
right,
without any spoilers, because that's basically impossible. So like, I can remember seeing the secret cutscene at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2 where you see the Keyblade graveyard for the first time. And I remember seeing that and thinking like, oh my god, were there like, you know, Sora is a kid with the Keyblade. Were there like an order of like fully grown adult Keyblade masters who all killed each other? Like, what happened there?
Right.
And then you get to Unchained Key and you're like, wait, the like Keyblade army that went to war that I was imagining, they were like 14-year-olds.
14-year-olds, and structurally had to be for the Master of Masters to be able to have some of them create a new future, apparently.
That's true. They had to be children or it wouldn't have worked.
Because he says that you can't erase what lives on in the hearts of children, which means you could erase what lives on in the heart of adults, so he needed them to be children.
I mean, that's like what Ansem the Wise said about how when we were children, our hearts made everything seem shiny and new, etc. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the hearts of children are very special. The hearts of adults, garbage, useless.
Which
throw them in the trash. We don't need them.
Which is also like, so when does that happen? When does your heart become garbage and can't do this stuff anymore?
Well, I think we remember learning about that from, of all people, Randall from Monsters, Inc.
Oh, yeah.
When you get older, your heart doesn't experience sadness and joy in the same way. But if you break a child's little heart, they'll be sad forever. Right.
And you would kind of think going through a war... Well, that's why he had to erase their memories of the war they were in, because I don't think any of those kids were kids anymore after the Keyblade War.
What a game, what a series.
Yes.
Shall we dive to the wiki?
Yeah, do you want to answer some questions first? I mean, we've got some questions.
Oh, we do have a bunch of questions.
We have a bunch of questions. I think we answered one of them, which is like, how is Ventus in Kingdom Hearts? I think we answered it as much as we could.
I think we thoroughly answered Symbolic Godzilla's question. If Brain is the brain of Kingdom Hearts, who is the Pinky of Kingdom Hearts? I think we know exactly. I think we met the Pinky of Kingdom Hearts.
Wait. Oh, yeah. Little Brain's...
It's me, Master Brain.
Yeah, Little Brain's Chirithy. Perfect.
What do you want to do today, Master Brain?
I was going to say Lorium because he has pink hair.
He does have pink hair. That's true.
Let's see. Other questions. There was another one that I saw that I thought would be good. Oh, what does Brain mean when he says he's going to be a virus? I think it's literally just that he knows there's a certain plan for what's going on, and he's going to go against the plan and do something different, and therefore like corrupt the future that is supposed to happen. I think that's what he...
Yeah, and it's the idea that the Master of Masters like set everything in motion with like the utmost confidence that it would play out exactly as expected. And that Brain is like, I'm going to make it go the way that I want it to. I will say, I think that the line about him disrupting the Master's program by being a virus maybe would have been more interesting if he had already known that they were in a data world at the time.
Yeah, that's sort of like the author's knowledge coming through Brain before he has it.
Yeah. I do hate what Symbolic Godzilla pointed out, that the bangles that absorb the power of darkness, the bangles are a key plot point used to chain people to light or maybe to darkness. Key, chain. The bangles become the modern day keychains. I hate it.
Yeah. but probably...
And I think that it kind of makes sense, which I hate it more about that because of,
Yeah, pretty good, though. Let's see. Oh, Simple Godzilla also asked me to sum up the story Maleficent, but we just did. I can't... Unfortunately, Sam did it for me, so I can't do it on my own.
Oops, my bad.
Let's see. There was one more. Oh, this was a fun question based on something we said last time. If after they do back cover, front cover, and side cover, and they finally have to do Kingdom Hearts centerfold, who would be the centerfold? It's obvious. It's Pete. He's the true star. He's the centerfold.
Yeah, but it's a landscape mode centerfold because he's very wide.
Very wide, and I think it's Pete at the beach. Just a nice classic.
Now that's good.
Yeah.
Should we dive to the wiki?
Yes, let's do it.
I hit the random button and discovered Janice Weatherly.
Okay.
Janice Weatherly, also known as Mrs. Weatherly or Grandma Weatherly, is the infamous, cruel, and immoral sister-in-law of Warren, Kyle, and Samantha Weatherly, and also one of the two titular main characters in Kingdom Hearts, the granddaughter of Janice Weatherly. She also appears as one of the two titular main characters in Kingdom Hearts, the grandson of Janice Weatherly, alongside her grandson Norman Oswald.
Whoa. Wait, Norman Oswald?
Not Norman Osborn.
Oh, no, yeah. No, this is just... Huh?
A younger version of Janice Weatherly also appears as one of the two titular main villainesses in Kingdom Hearts, the daughter of Janice Weatherly, alongside her infamous eldest daughter, Andrea Weatherly.
Like her infamous and immoral brothers-in-law Warren and Kyle Weatherly, respectively. Janice is notorious for her sadism, immorality, bigotry, greed, and cruelty?
She's a real piece of work, that Janice Weatherly.
What is happening here?
Being the matriarch of the infamous Weatherly family, Janice, whose maiden name was never revealed, is the third daughter-in-law of Clyde, Gary's father, and Nancy Weatherly after Katrina and Lena Weatherly, the infamous mother of Andrea, Ingrid, and Irene Weatherly, the wife of Gary Weatherly, the infamous sister-in-law and arch-foes of Warren, Kyle, and Samantha Weatherly, the mother-in-law of Peter Oliver, Clyde and Nancy Weatherly's grandson-in-law, Michael Oswalt and Bryce McInnes, and also the infamous maternal grandmother of Nina Oswalt, Norman Oswalt, Kelly Oswalt, and Sabrina McInnes, Clyde and Nancy Weatherly's great-granddaughter.
Whoa, we finally found the Super Nanny fan wiki on this
I
wiki.
think we did.
Whoa. There's so many Weatherlys and Oswalts.
There's, this list of family members, including Nancy Weatherly, mother-in-law and enemy, deceased. Nina Oswalt, first granddaughter. Miranda Weatherly, niece. Jesse Stern, nephew. Fauntleroy Donaldson, adoptive nephew.
You know what's really wild is unnamed parents in the middle of, you came up with all these names. What?
I ran out of names.
I guess at a certain point you'd have to just keep naming people, but that seems like what happened here already.
I think, once you said Fauntleroy Donaldson, I think that's when you've jumped the shark on names.
Yeah, the adoptive nephew.
Any quotes?
Sure are a few. And yet you trusted Katrina and Kyle Weatherly, Janice to Naomi Roswell, telling her that she has trust the wrong person before. I won't be kicked like a dog, period. Kyle Eric Weatherly, period. Janice Weatherly versus Kyle Weatherly. Know your place, asshole, to nobody. Just a thing she says a lot.
You skipped it, but the third quote is, and yet you trusted Kyle and Warren Weatherly, Janice to Gina Howard, telling her that she has trusted a wrong person before.
Be warned now, I disliked the color red. Janice to her second-born daughter, Ingrid Weatherly.
It always tells you who they are. That's so nice. Know your place, asshole.
Speak of the devil, Brian McInnes. I want you to meet Mizuchi.
Link. Mizuchi is a non-canonical villainess introduced in the Kingdom Hearts anime series. The main villainess of Kingdom Hearts Triple Sympathies.
Oh my god. I'm expecting someone to start breaking tibia fibias. What is it? Tibia fibias, femur, and...
I'm about to get put in the creepy zoo.
Yeah, go to the creepy zoo. You lose as fast as you escape, maggot. Spoken after defeating his maternal grandfather's nephew-in-law, Augustus Raven. Oops, this was Norman Oswald's quote. I was on the wrong one, but it's very similar.
Oh my god. I was so confused.
Oh, hey, can you give me the one that's about a big cat?
Let's see. I mean, there's like 50 here, so that might take me a
I
while.
got it. Look who's
Oh,
talking.
wait, here's one.
Yeah, did you find it?
No. No, I found something else.
Okay.
You read that one first.
All right. Look who's talking, Tiger Man. Janice making fun of Captain Tiger.
And I found, we could never trust Randy Marsh, Eric Cartman, and Mr. Garrison to her brother-in-law, Warren Weatherly, referring to Randy Marsh, Eric Cartman, and Mr. Garrison.
No! What?
Laughs wickedly. What a fine trophy for my Aikido arena.
Do you think this person wrote stories, or do you think they just wrote quotes?
They can't have had time to write stories. They were so busy writing quotes.
Hey, well, here's some story. Can I give you some story?
Okay.
Posing as Prince Hans. This is one of the subheaders of this article.
Wait, like from Frozen?
I think so.
Okay.
It is an excellent ruse, your disguise. Posing as Prince Hans approaching Warren Weatherly.
Okay.
What I really want, Warren... What I really
Hold
want...
on, let me go back to the list. Who's Warren? Her brother-in-law and
What
enemy.
I really want, Warren Clyde Weatherly, is to elevate you, to make you the great dark magic practitioner that now you can only pretend to be.
Is there any trivia?
Yeah. Both Janice and her infamous brother-in-law Warren are evil parents-in-law who abandoned and betrayed their respective sons by using corrupt and downright ruthless methods in order to get what they want, and are the heads of supervillain organizations whose benevolent image hide a darker side.
What if I told you that there's an even longer list of family members on Andrea Weatherly's article?
That would make sense.
Including Dennis Raven.
Holy shit, what the...
Time to perish, asshole.
Well, this person's good at writing quotes, I'll give him that much.
That's because gold buys someone like you to Drizella Tremaine.
That's not very funny at all, stupid fool.
Did I ask you for Chinese history? No.
I wish I could figure out if there's any story this comes from.
That's Flippy. Andrea spotting Flippy sitting and eating his fish cake while discussing and attempts to go before Peter Oliver stops her.
What?
We could never trust Shigo and Dr. Draken, to her paternal uncle Warren Weatherly referring to Shigo and Dr. Draken.
This has to be some, like, deviant art, something that spilled into here.
There's gotta be some plot. I need it. I need the plot.
I can't figure out who the author of this article is either.
Well, let me Google the video game title Kingdom Hearts Dennis Raven's Revenge and see. Well, that just links to Andrea Weatherly on Kingdom Hearts Fan and Wiki. Come on. I need this fanfic.
Stern, no. Maybe it could just be this. This could be it.
There's no story, though. There's gotta be a story.
There doesn't have to be. Sometimes you just make wikis. Sometimes you're just Dozer Fleet and you just make wikis. Darlene. Oh, wait. Okay. Kingdom Hearts Legends Vendetta.
Uh-huh.
I found that on Darlene Weatherly's. Let's Google that. Does that give us anything? No.
Wattpad
That's the
doesn't
13th
work.
and final battle of the Mirage Arena. No, that's not what everyone's asking for help with the Mirage Arena.
I've got one last desperate shot and it's AO3.
Okay, but Darlene Weatherly is a major character of Kingdom Hearts Legends Vendetta and its sequel, Kingdom Hearts Legends Battle of Universes. She is an undercover CIA forces who aims to find and assassinated Captain Tiger. She's also serving as Captain Tiger's arch nemesis.
No! Captain Tiger, get out of there! I don't think that there's a fanfic. I want there to be a fanfic so badly, but I don't think there is
I think
one.
there's just a bunch of interrelated wiki pages.
I mean, I love that, and that's great, but it also is the saddest thing. I've never felt this sad and disappointed. You lead no faction, Mr. Garrison, to Mr. Garrison. We could never trust Mr. Garrison, referring to Mr. Garrison.
Stuff? I don't know. I'll try to figure this out.
I'm gonna put out a $1,000 bounty on this fanfic.
Seriously?
Not seriously. I'm not gonna give anyone $1,000.
No, that's true. Yeah. I'll give you 5.
Hey, if anyone can find the actual fanfic that Kingdom Hearts, the daughter of Janice Weatherly is, we will each give you $5.
Yeah. And it can't just be these articles. It has to be... No, Pharaoh 666 only comes back to here. I found out about...
God damn it.
Did you see that, by the way?
What is it?
Whose pages? Warren Weatherly. It was revealed that he was the wielder of the Boar Demon Gene all along, who came to destroy the Weatherly family, causing the downfall and eventual feud between Katrine Weatherly and Augustus Raven. This also led to the origins of the boar demon gene, an ancient curse created by Pharaoh 666.
I will enjoy grinding your fucking bones to dust when fighting against Melvin Stern, Lena, or Janice Weatherly.
That poor Chinese girl is totally heartbroken, chuckles sinisterly.
What? Okay, this is... What this no there's way too much here. We have to stop. We have to save this.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This became like maybe a long episode because of this, but that's fine.
This is a whole world and it's way too important. Wait, no, I can't. There's more. No, Warren Weatherly posing as Drizella Tremaine. I want to elevate you to the great dark magic practitioner now you can only pretend to be. No. Why?
I really think I think this really might just be little pieces of fan fiction told entirely through quotes.
I'm gonna get a fucking cork board and we're gonna assemble the entire plot of the Weatherly saga.
I get an intern in a couple weeks that I was supposed to do like research projects for work, but maybe this is what I'll make them do.
Yeah, just tell them it's for work.
It's just for work. This is important to sustainability.
Yes, we're going to plot this all out with the help of that intern.
Yep.
Oh my god. I have to close this.
Yeah.
I have to close it right now.
This is incredible. This is my, like, methamphetamine. I can't look at this anymore.
Next time.
We gotta
Sounds
wish...
About Light. We will be talking about... Lorium. This is what I've written down. I divided it all up ahead of time and wrote down what we're going to be watching, and I just wrote Lorium.
We're going to be talking about the Weatherlys. That's it.
We're going to be talking about the Weatherlys. Almost certainly. So look forward to that. This is Wish Us Duck. Oh, wait. No, I closed it, but now I need to get those quotes back up.
My God. How do you choose, though?
I really, really love the one about the Aikido arena.
Okay. Yeah, what is it again?
That is, what a fine trophy for my Aikido arena.
Yeah, perfect. Okay.
That's the laughing wickedly. How did I miss? Your soul will be mine. Janice's memorable catchphrase. Oh my god.
What? Yeah, social media. Is that what happens?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess we have to move on.
Yeah.
I'm on Blue Sky at Posy Stress, and we're on Blue Sky at Sounds About Light, and Dr. Huh will be back very soon, and we'll be talking about the Angels Take Manhattan.
I'm on Blue Sky at Achilles-Heelys. My name is Warren Clyde Weatherly, and I'm one of the overarching villains of the Kingdom Hearts series. And listen to the F Plus and Extra Credit. They're both good.
And I'm Fauntleroy Donaldson, Janice Weatherly's adopted nephew.
Yes. I'm a professional.
Go listen to the Super Nanny fan and wiki episode of the F Plus
and Extra Credit.
And Extra Credit.
I'm in both of them, and boy, are they my favorite thing until this.
They're very special. This is the closest I've ever seen to those.
Yeah.
Except this doesn't have the rich interpersonal drama of Super Nanny fan and wiki.
Yeah, there's no like forum where you're also yelling at each other at the same time.
The rage. I'm probably going to listen to that right after this.
Yeah, me too.
I'll just edit in that whole episode after this.
Perfect. I don't think Lemon would mind. It'd be fine.
That's it.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you to Noise Space, and like we always say,
I will enjoy grinding your fucking bones to dust. I can't do it today. Bye.
Okay, yeah, bye.
After you fought that boy, but remember now, you will not be harmed, only humiliated. Do you understand me, Flippy? To Flippy? For decades, we, the Purple Wolf Gang, have existed to destroy a cold-hearted bitch like you. I am here to fulfill my justice. What the fuck? I gotta stop recording. I gotta hit stop.